arm hair. Arm hair is quite soft and lovely. Make it into a hat or something if you had enough.
Wow. Welcome. You're listening to Nuditea, a podcast where we get naked with our feelings while drinking tea. I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Wendy, and on this podcast we talk about life, adult things, our feelings. Sometimes we have special guests with us. Not today because still in COVID lockdown mode. And we live together, so it's kosher.
And we're not calling anyone, even though we've called someone before. So it's not even like we can't have any guests.
Okay, so today our topic is more environmentally friendly ways or tools for hair removal. But first, let's start with the teas.
Yes. I am drinking David's Tea's Serenity Now. It's got currant, rosehip, lavender, spearmint, blueberry.
I feel like maybe our teas probably taste quite similar because I remember that one being mostly minty more than anything.
Peppermint, yeah.
And mine is a mint guayusa. I don't know how to say that word. Guayusa.
If you can't say it, we all know I definitely can't say it.
I don't know. It also has organic spearmint in it. So I don't know what the difference... I don't know what guayusa is. Or if I'm even saying that right. But we're both drinking minty teas. Topic of today, kind of in the same theme as we did with the Diva Cup, where we're just trying to find more sustainable ways of dealing with our bodily issues. You know?
Our hair specifically.
Yes. So...
We're not as big as cult. It's not a cult this time. Wendy and I tried different things for different reasons.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty deep into the epilator. So why don't we start with saying what exactly is that we're going to be talking about? Do you want to go first?
Sure. Basically, I got intrigued by an Instagram ad. I'm that bitch. But essentially, it's just like a mini razor that's rechargeable. Not that razors usually aren't, but it's supposedly like it has a UV light, and when it's against your skin, you're supposed to be able to see your hair better. You don't have to use any shaving cream or anything like that.
So it cuts down on that side.
And I'm not using batteries. Well. The only thing I'm really using for this is electricity to recharge
so it's like a USB charger type thing? Okay, cool. Cool. And then I am using a true epilator. It is the Breonna Silk Epil 3. It was on sale at Walmart. And previously I'd actually kind of convinced myself that maybe epilating was not the way to go for me. But I'm really glad that I actually ended up getting this.
Because we talked about doing an epilator for like over a year.
Yeah, we were pretty hesitant about it.
It's hard to take the plunge because I pluck my eyebrows and stuff. You might not be able to tell this one because I haven't plucked my eyebrows in a bit. But everyone always talks about how much pain it is. Mm-hmm. And I don't love pain, so stick with shaving, right? That's not as much pain.
I feel like both of us have fairly good pain tolerance. So either way, I don't think that would have been a huge roadblock for us in getting the epilator, but there's a lot of epilators already out on the market. I think when we decided to switch to the Diva Cup, I did it through recommendation from you. But at that point, there were a lot fewer of the silicone-based menstrual cups around. So it was like, it's Canadian-based, like, just get it.
Support Canadian.
Yeah. So when it came down to choosing an epilator, I think both of us read through a lot of reviews, checked out a bunch of videos, did a lot of, like, price checking. And I eventually just came to the conclusion that it sounded like from most of the reviews that it was not the best option for really coarse hair, which I have. And with the added bonus of extreme pain that I was seeing for most of these reviews, I didn't think that it would be super worth it for me because my hair grows back at such a fast rate all over my body that I felt like I would have to epilate so often that it's just like unnecessary pain. It might not even work that well because I don't know if those tweezers would be able to get at those coarse hairs of mine. So eventually I decided to kind of just drop it and wait for you to get one to see how you felt about it.
Because I'm the guinea pig, usually.
Yes, this is how it goes. Chain reaction. Kim gets something first and then she recommends me to get it if she likes it.
But that didn't happen this time because I think I was dragging my feet or wasn't like top
I think
priority.
it was just not on your mind for a while.
I think I wanted to use up my shaving cream that I did buy because that's just a waste.
Yeah, it's true.
So Wendy got on it.
Yeah, I was at Walmart. It was a spontaneous purchase. I think it was on sale. Normally, this little guy is like, I don't know, 40-ish bucks, under 50 for sure. But when I got it, I think I got it for around 30, which is quite reasonable, I think. And so far it has done me well. For those who don't know what epilators are, they're basically this rotary tool where these little tweezers open and close as the blade is rolling on your skin. And the tweezers basically pluck out the hairs by the root. And that is how it removes your hair. So, like I said before, all the reviews I had watched before were like, no, it's not good for coarse hair. It doesn't work as well. You have to make like multiple passes. So I just kind of gave up on it. But I'm obsessed. Now that I have this item, I really, really love it. I don't know if it's because the differences in model and make. Maybe some models are just better for finer hair, some are better for coarse. From our experience, the one that I have is actually better for coarse hair because you also tried it.
I tried it. I think I just have a problem, which people wouldn't say is a problem. I have really fine, light hair. So it's honestly just hard to see my hair, which again, I can go like a month or more without really shaving my legs, and people, unless they catch it in the right light, and then it's a horror show, the people don't know my legs aren't shaved. So I tried yours when it was nice enough, and so I just tried it on like one of my shins. And I just found maybe I was using it wrong. Maybe it's just a learning curve that I was not willing to, but it hurt quite a bit, which I knew was going to happen. And again, I think I have a high pain tolerance, but it just also, I had to keep going over and over again. Like it couldn't either find my hairs. And I did the whole thing where you're supposed to like, rub your hand over in the opposite direction to kind of like raise them and like get them in the same alignment. And for me, I'm like, I can't even see if I've got all the hairs gone or not, right?
Why do you even need hair removal on your legs, Kim?
I don't know.
It's not even necessary for you.
So it wasn't my favorite thing, but yeah, maybe there's a different model that works better for finer hair. Maybe it just, epilators don't really work for me.
Yeah, I don't think I watched a ton of reviews on the Breonna Silk Epil 3. So maybe some of the reviews for this particular model would be like, oh, it actually works better for coarser hair. This is quite like a cheap epilator on the scale of prices in terms of epilators. They can go upwards of, I don't know, like $200. I think maybe is where it caps off for the majority of them.
I was looking at one before I tried yours. I was looking at one that was like 120.
Oof.
Which is such a big investment. That's why I like asked you if I could use yours without taking that jump.
But that's the thing. The $120 one, maybe that would have worked a lot better at grasping those finer hairs. Like mine is very simple. For our audio podcast listeners, you have no idea what this thing looks like. It's basically like a palm-sized device. It comes with a detachable epilating head. It also has a razor head. The epilating head also has a removable little extra rolling device with little pins and needles to kind of desensitize your skin to all the hair plucking. It's supposed to help with the pain. And it does work for the most part. So this is as simple as it basically gets, but there's like a whole host of things that are on online for you to look at when you're making your decisions. There's like, the number of speed settings, like the number of tweezers. I think some of them either also have like different tweezer sizes to catch different hair sizes, and they can get quite fancy. The one that I have is the cheapest one at Walmart that anyone can go purchase, so if they so choose.
Did you want to show the video of the epilator?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll cut it out of my audio.
So this is just a very loud device. I don't know if the more expensive models would have a better sound output than this one, but this one's pretty loud.
But
I don't have it
like vibrators.
In.
The higher the price range, it's probably
the quieter. Yeah. So I'm gonna quickly plug this in. Do you want to talk about like what you've got going on?
Sure. This is one thing. Yours you have to have plugged in while you use, which in my opinion is a little inconvenient, but I mean if you're doing the bathroom, I guess you're around to
I just sit
anyway.
on my bed and I go for it because like the hair, that's the other nice thing about this head situation. All the hair kind of gets tweezed off and then all of it accumulates inside of this like pain reducing compartment or underneath the rolling blade where the tweezers are. So you take your little brush, which I see you also have, and you kind of just like brush out the hairs into the garbage can. There's very little like hair debris afterwards, I find, for mine, which I enjoy.
You have the comfort of your bed while you shave, which isn't usually the case when you have to shave.
Yeah, I hate shaving in the shower. I feel like, because I used to just do really quick passes in the shower with my razor as I was like waiting for conditioner to set in or something. I just never messed around with the whole like, get a little bit of water, do like shaving cream. I was just all like, there's some residual conditioner, shave it all off. So like I feel like this was the optimal choice for me.
We have a very different shaving like habits. Like I fill the tub up just a little bit so I have the water to like wash my razor head in, and I have to put the gel shaving cream on because I can't see if I've got a pass through. It has to hit the light right. So I'm almost someone who needs shaving cream, I've actually noticed, because I can't see it well enough if I want like the perfect shave where I haven't missed. And then I'm like, I'm sitting on the bathroom tub. Like, that is so key.
Kim lights a candle, has a glass of wine on the side.
I got music playing. I'm just
it's like spa time.
It only takes like 18 minutes max for shaving my legs. But
I also have to shave a lot more than you do because my hair is black and it's very coarse, so it's super visible when it grows out. So I would be shaving my underarms and my legs basically every single day in the summer. In the winter, I just let my legs go free and I shave my underarms every single day because if they grow out for more than a day, they get super scratchy and very itchy because of how thick and coarse the hair is. And then my bikini area is just a hot mess. Like sometimes I neglect that region because I'm too lazy and there's so many curves. It's annoying.
Yeah.
And then there's other times.
Also, you don't get great visibility.
No, you have to like bend over and figure things out. It's a hot mess. So I always shaved very often and very quickly and haphazardly.
Efficiency. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly just what this looks like. So this is like the protector head part with the pain reducing rollers. And then it has a little light and then it just rolls on your skin. The tweezers open and close as it rolls. It's a very simple design. It's quite genius, actually.
I think the more expensive ones can be wireless.
Yes. Yeah, they have a little charging stand like you would with an electronic toothbrush situation. So that's kind of like an overview of what my epilator is and why I decided to go for it. I think let's go into yours and then after that we can maybe talk about our feelings so far.
So it's pretty compact, which is nice. It's called Finishing Touch Yes. I don't know if that's like a knockoff brand. Honestly, I got this overseas. So it's a dumb name in my opinion. But essentially just you have a removable head. There's two sets like Wendy's. I have a trimmer and then I have a
close shave.
This kind of works for me because my hair's not coarse, because my hair's not dark. It's not something that's going to get you that like perfectly smooth shave, I've noticed. I've only used it twice since I've got it because I got it not too long ago. But if you're looking for something that's just kind of quick, convenient, but you're not looking for like that perfect baby smooth skin, this is kind of it. So it's like more of like an upkeep kind of thing, I find. And it's kind of energy saving in the sense that like you turn it on and it won't actually start until
amazing.
So sorry for the people who can't see it. I put it only starts once you put it against skin. So that's when you know you're actually like hitting skin and you can kind of go for it. And if you remove it for 6 seconds, it turns off, which is kind of nice. It also gives you like a good sense of like, you're like, oh, I thought I was shaving something. It's touching no skin. the two heads, like this one has to be on a 45-degree angle, and just like they don't want you to push too hard because you don't want to damage the head or your skin. So it's kind of a balancing act that I'm trying to figure out of like how hard can I push, like the angle. They say 45, but you know, when you're doing your bikini line, like it gets a little like difficult with all that.
45 kind of looks different every time you move your hand.
You're obviously supposed to go against the hair, and you got hair going in every which way. Like I find that with like your armpits, you're basically just like going every direction. So I have found though that this is the only head I actually feels like it works. I did this one. I don't know if I just have a broken one, but I put it on and like I was, you know, pushing down. So I had done my legs and I wanted to see if I could get a closer shave and if this would work. But I changed it out and then I put it down. I don't think it did anything.
Okay,
so
here's the thing. So like I said before, my epilator also comes with a razor head attachment. And the razor head attachment has this like trim attachment piece. And then it also has this like closer shave piece. And then it also has this, which looks very similar. I don't know.
That's supposed to be for stubble, they say. So the closer shave one's supposed to be for stubble. So obviously men can have this too. Yeah. It's not just a female thing, but I'm wondering.
I've never used this because I just didn't know how. I was like, do I just press it up against places and it's supposed to do things? I didn't know how this worked, so I never used it. But that's very interesting.
Well, because, so there's like different directions on how to use the head. One, you know, obviously switch it out. This one's supposed to be more of like a perpendicular shave, so right up against the skin and then up and down.
Maybe that one is more for like the baby smooth finish then.
Well, I was trying to do that, so I was doing that, and they want you to go back and forth, just kind of whatever, but it didn't seem to be working. So
interesting.
The nice thing about this is I do like it for the bikini area. While it's not like the closest shave, I'm not getting razor bumps after you shave, which is such a huge thing. Like during the summer when I'm wearing my bathing suit, this is going to be nice just to get like closer up here and around so that I'm not getting like, I have to like plan out, oh, I'm going to be like swimming this day and it's probably going to take about like 3 to 5 days for the razor, like the red bumps to go down. Because I guess like obviously your skin gets more sensitive the higher up it goes.
Irritated and
so this is great for that, which I'm liking. But again, I have to probably, it's easy for upkeep.
Yeah.
I find. So
which is primarily in line with what you need out of hair removal.
Yes. I will say it's kind of annoying to switch these heads out because it takes like, you're supposed to like push up and out. So I will say that it's not the most convenient. Like that took a while and then I don't even want to have to struggle with that again.
But I mean, you said you primarily use the shaving one.
The shaving one, yeah. So that'll be fine. I'll give this one another try at some point, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm wondering if this is just, there's probably better brands out there, I'll be honest, but.
How much was yours?
Like 40.
Okay. So price-wise, ours are essentially equivalent. Because that was, I think, the price of mine before Walmart gave me a discount. So, interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to keep using this because, again, I want to be like, oh, this didn't work. And I'm not going to, I'll just waste my money. I'll keep trying it out. And if I think maybe this kind of razor is the way to go for me. Just because I can't see, like, my hair most of the time. It was kind of painful. Like, I'm not adverse to the pain. Maybe there's a different...
epilator was painful.
Yeah, maybe the like a different epilator would have been better. Like, who knows? I have to do more research on. But that feels like more of a... You're really putting your money into it. Because this one, while like, maybe I paid a little too much for it, I'm still going to be able to use it and just be fine with what I get out of it.
Yeah. So maybe let's just address the pain issue right off the bat. Because I think the number one thing that people are concerned about when they switch to or want to switch to epilating is how much it supposedly hurts. And I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt, especially the first couple of times that you use it. It hurts like hell. The underarm area for me the day after I epilated for the first time was super tender. My bikini line was very red for like a few hours. My legs were surprisingly okay. The ankle area is not a good area to epilate, guys. It's consistently painful, but the good news is all the other parts of my body that I epilate now are almost desensitized. Like my armpits, zero problems anymore in terms of pain. My bikini area, it's still a little painful as you would expect from the bikini area, but it's also not as bad as it was when I first started epilating. It also doesn't get as irritated anymore. It'll just like there'll be a couple little red bumps for a few hours and then it'll totally be fine. And it's very smooth and there's no like residual stubble, which I struggle with my hair type. Because with my armpits especially, I was super self-conscious about it before because, again, the hair grows back so fast and the razors are never able to really like, get to the problem by its root. Mm-hmm. I always had like a 5 o'clock shadow in my armpits. So I never liked wearing clothes that were sleeveless because I feel like I didn't have the confidence to raise my arms because then the world would see my 5 o'clock shadow armpits. But with the epilator, it's been amazing because it's essentially gotten rid of that issue for me because there's no residual hair left. You're literally plucking everything out. So it's super smooth. It's basically painless for me now, and it takes a while for it to grow back. And when it grows back, the hair is softer, so it's not as apparent either. Mm-hmm. So that's been true for the rest of my body as well. My leg hair has grown back softer and not as coarse. My bikini hairline, it's kind of still the same. I don't know, maybe the hair there is just wants to be coarse. But epilating has been able to keep me from having to deal with that for extended periods of time.
It's made your life better.
It has made my life so much more convenient. The time I spend shaving now is probably like a tenth of what I was doing before because I used to have to do it essentially every single day. Now it's like if I remember in like 2 or 3 weeks that I still have hair on my body, then I'll like do a little Passover and it's not a big deal. It doesn't take that long. It's like less time for me to epilate than it is to shave because I don't have to like go back and mess around with areas where it didn't get as close of a shave that I would have liked it to. It's just plucking everything out in one go and it's fine. Mm-hmm. I will say though, because the hairs on my leg are a little finer now because I've been epilating them, I do have to go over them a couple more times, but it's been fine. Like I only have to do that again like every 3 weeks or so. So every 3 weeks I sit down on my bed and I'm just like going over my legs.
So that might indicate that, that one's not good with fine hair. So it wasn't even me just struggling to maybe figure out how to use it properly. Mm-hmm. It's just not great with finer hair.
Yeah.
And then in contrast with mine there is no, like I'm not cutting myself accidentally. Even if I get like close, the blade close to my leg, it might like, you'll be like, oh, I hit my leg, but I'm not bleeding from it. So there's no fear of like kind of that. So the pain, there is no pain with it.
It's a razor.
It's a razor. Mm-hmm. And with time-wise, it's probably about the same time as actually using a razor and shaving manually like that. Not that this isn't manual.
But you said you don't need shaving cream for this.
Yes, which I think is important. You don't need water. You don't need anything. They actually say don't use water because you'll like...
damage
it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. Mm-hmm. I don't need to use that shaving cream, which is like kind of the point to kind of get rid of that. Mm-hmm. And also so I don't have to keep buying razor heads, which I buy the 5 blades. So this is actually an adjustment of how smooth I get. Because honestly, I love that initial like nice and smooth shave. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to get that with this anymore. So either I'm going to have to do like a dual thing where if I want my legs to be super smooth, I might still have to shave that way, but it'll be less than having to shave everything like that. Mm-hmm. But for now, I'm good with like not having to use shaving cream and it's rechargeable and I'm not having to buy like 5 blade razor heads for females is like what, $15 for 3?
It's
more?
So stupidly expensive. I used to get like the one I gave you, the Venus brand, because I found those ones work the best and they irritate my skin the least. But yeah, they're like $15 for 3 razors. And then because my hair is so coarse, I go through them more quickly. They just seem to get dull and then I don't get that close shave anymore. So I feel like I'm always swapping out for new ones, which I just hate doing. It's just such a waste of plastic. Mm-hmm. I've also tried the ones where you only switch out the head, like the handle is reusable and then you just clip in a new head every time.
That's the one I have.
But even then, it's just like there's so much waste for me. I feel like we made the right choice in moving on from that.
I will say I think I had forgotten how amazing 5. Like 5 blades, 6 blades is a huge difference between 3 blades. Because you gave me that one because I was waiting on this to like shave finally. Because my other razor head on my Venus blade is just so dull. I'm just putting so much pressure on that thing. It's not good. So Wendy was kind enough to give me one of her disposable ones. But 3 blades, honestly, does not get as close as I got used to. So there's a difference there.
Yeah, and I like never wanted to splurge on the more blade ones because they're more expensive. So I always stuck with the 3 blade. It never worked out well. I even tried men's razors for a while because for some reason they just seem to work better for coarse hair.
Also cheaper.
Also a lot cheaper.
Women paying that pink tax.
Not aesthetically pleasing to look at or hold. Like, they're just not super ergonomic, but I don't think men have the issue of having to trim around their bikini area or their groin area, I guess it would be, the way that we have to do. So it was...
Have to is not the right term, but that we do.
That we like to. I think I didn't talk about the razor head of my epilator. I mentioned briefly before that there is a razor head. I do use this to trim my pubic hairs downstairs, and it's been working out really well. I tend to only use like the trim setting because I find, again, with my hair type, if I trim too short, then it's just like scratch city, and I can't. It's so freaking itchy. But with the trim setting, with the trim attachment head, it's like the perfect length. It doesn't cut to the length where it's super scratchy, but it cuts to the length where it's no longer super poofy and bushy. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that for the higher end epilators, I'm not sure about the electronic razors, but for epilators, there are options where you can epilate in the shower, I believe.
And that's supposed to like help with the pain?
I guess. Even with this epilator, I think in the instruction manual, they say that it sometimes can help reduce pain if you epilate right out of the shower because your skin is all warmed up, your pores are open, everything's a little loose. I find that not to be super true. I don't know why, but I always epilate before I shower.
Maybe it's placebo.
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't think the placebo is true. Yeah, maybe it's to do with how cold our house is, so everything's already numb from the temperature, so when I epilate, I feel nothing.
That might be it.
Yes. Do you use yours on your face at all?
No, I think I'd probably I just pluck things on my face, so just like any longer hair down here, and then my eyebrows. I wouldn't use this for my eyebrows. I don't think
because I've been tempted to try it out on my mustache, because sometimes like once a month I'll realize that my stash is getting a little thick and luscious. So then I'll go through with tweezers and just like pluck out some of them because I'm too lazy to go through and pluck out all of them. So maybe next time I'll try epilating my face and see how that goes. It sounds kind of scary because this is not meant for epilating your face. Look at the size of these tweezers.
Yeah.
I have epilated my arm hair before just for fun. Not now because who cares about arm hair? But it's possible. And it's also quite delightful. Afterwards, you get almost this like rabbit fur angora, just a little puff of arm hair. Arm hair is quite soft and lovely. Make it into a hat or something if you had enough.
Wow. Pillow stuffing?
Yeah, it's very soft.
And I think, again, just with my fair hair.
There's no need. Do you even have a mustache? I can't even tell.
I mean, I see it in certain lighting in the bathroom, but it's not a big enough thing.
To see Kim's hair, you need like backlit UV rays.
I find that plucking my eyebrows in like a car with the natural light is the best way for me to like get the proper hairs removed.
Final pitch. I think epilating is fantastic. I think people with finer hair might have to go for a higher end epilator compared to what I've got going on. I know I roped one of our other friends into using an epilator as well. I have to check up on her and see how that's going because she said it hurt real bad the first time, which it does. But it does get better with time, and I think overall it's been an amazing investment. I haven't used a razor in over a year now or so.
Nice.
And I will never go back to using a razor. It's fantastic for travel as well. Mine is very compact. The larger models, which might work better for finer hair, may not be as good for that. But whenever I have to travel, I just toss this bag of stuff into my suitcase. Doesn't take up a lot of room. Plug it in whenever you need it. It's great.
Perfect. And mine's pretty good. I think I'll keep searching, maybe finding the perfect thing for me. But for now, this is going to do what I need it to do.
Do you think you would ever go for a higher end epilator?
I'd have to do more research, honestly, because if I am doing higher end, I want to make sure it's good for fine hair and all that stuff. So for now, I think I'm good, but we'll see. Thank you for listening to this episode of Nudity. You can find us and listen to us anywhere you get your podcast or watch the video on YouTube. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Nudity Podcast.
Cool.
Yep, that's it. Okay, bye.